I have. I lost my dad about 15 years ago. The grief was surprisingly hard and long. He wasn't that old, he was 67. And I'm only 4 years from that now. So it feels pretty young. It feels young inside of me, and it felt young for him to go. And he was in the hospital for a couple of months fighting a disease, and I was there every day. So it was interesting. I kind of took it personally that he died. And like there was something, some sort of prayer, some sort of intention, something that I could have done, some way I could have cared that would have had him want to stay more. It was an interesting thing, you know? And the grief was surprisingly made me very angry. The people I worked for really hated my attitude after this, but there was something about the fact that somebody who was so engaged in life, who had students who loved him and family that wanted him to stick around, would still be taken. That made me angry. And then everything seemed so trite. Like I only wanted to talk about deep and important things. I'm kind of like that anyway. So this just made it worse. And and I think you had asked a question, and I wanted to answer that it did actually make me think, okay, Lori, it's time to get going on whatever you came here to do, because you actually really don't know how much time you have. If a seemingly healthy, engaged person can go that fast, then I felt like I needed to really get on with what I was here to do and figure that out. Well, I think for the most part, I've figured it out. I'm kind of one of those people where everything's interesting and everything's important. But I really I'm very connected to nature and the way that we exist on this planet. It's really important, ecology and spirituality, and realizing that as humans, we're also creatures, and having mutual respect, not just for the planet, but for ourselves and each other, is really important to me. So everything, that sort of fuels everything I do now. Whereas before I was like, I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to do. It kind of got me off of that and onto being responsible for making my life be what I wanted it to be. Well, being somebody who's so interested in the earth, and I was a biology major, it's, like death is the end of a being, and that's hard for those of us that are left behind, which I just said. But also our beingness, our physicality goes back into the earth, and that happens with all creatures and all plants and everything. And that's part of what makes life sustainable. It's what makes Gaia and the planet work. So I think that death must serve some part of this cycle. It's just something that has to happen in order for life. So death actually serves life. Yeah, I think I didn't used to think about death that much until my dad died. And then I thought about it for a while until I kind of got my act together. And I don't really think about it for myself. I think about my mom because she's 83. And I think about what it's going to be like when she leaves us. And that makes me sad. And I think about it like with dogs or pets, that have shorter lives. I think about that, but I don't think about it that much for myself because I'm more on my path, where I used to worry, like, oh my God, I better figure things out, because now I'm 40, now I'm 50, how much longer do I have? I better figure it out. But I don't think about it anymore, now that I feel like I'm living a life of purpose. Oh, well, I've been having this thing lately, because we were just talking about how death actually serves life. And I was thinking about how human beings can be more connected to the land and to that cycle. And so I would like to be put in the earth so that my minerals and anything that's useful for me gets given back to the earth and the plants. So that's really would be the most honoring of my life, is if I end up back in the soil and not encased in a box or covered in chemicals so I don't decay, so that I actually sort of ritually decay back into the earth. Okay, I just want you to know that everything you did was exactly what you were supposed to be doing. Every step of the way, even those times when you felt like they were missteps, you were doing exactly what you came here to do. You lived your life just right. Good job.
Love.